It's more important than ever we support each other as a community. And while many things have been put on hold, we still need to keep going. Right now at Crown Toyota, we have great deals to help your family stay on the road. But if you have to wait, we'll be around when you need us, like we always have been and always will be. Crown Toyota, driving forward. 0% for up to 60 months on 2020 RAV4 and Camry models, or get $500 TFS cash plus 0% for up to 60 on a 2020 Corolla. Crown Toyota.
If you're a little bored, as I am right now, you're looking for things to do, and so this is something that we came up with to do, watching some old game footage. And we've done a couple of games from this year that we'll show you, but certainly some games from the past, maybe some games that most of you that will have followed us will remember over time, and also kind of give you an inside look of what I'm thinking or what we're thinking as a staff as the game progresses. It's one, as we go back in time, and the first one we're going to show you is the 2018 Elite Eight game against Duke in Omaha. We're going to show you the last 5 minutes of regulation and in overtime, but just different things about the game, because as you guys know, that's one of the most elite, best played game maybe that we've had in a while. I mean, there's been a dozen, and it's certainly one of them. So if you can follow along, and then I'll kind of show you kind of what I'm thinking as we watch. The game starts here with 4:56 left in the second half. Duke's up one, 66-65. You can see how wide and spread their zone is, and we're getting absolutely no movement right now, but we're just trying to take our time. This is one thing that we thought that we could do to exploit them, basically the middle of the zone, but they're so big. You got Wendell Carter, you got Marvin Bagley on the back line going against Doak, and if people remember, that's right when Doak was hurt and he wasn't near himself. And so we have Devontae, Malik, and Svi, and of course LeGerald in there right now. And we thought the best place that we could attack them was right in the middle of their zone, primarily just off the lane lines. And let's see, kind of takes their time right now. When it goes inside, they kind of match up and go man to man. And LeGerald takes a step back jumper. That was big time. That was bad offense that had a great conclusion. Good play by LeGerald. And we're playing man-to-man. Of course, they've got five NBA players in the game. Too easy. I want you guys to watch the difference in a healthy Doak and an in-shape Doak and this Doak. You can see he's dragging his leg when he makes this play right there, and he can't get back. That was something that didn't happen. Svi actually took his man, so Doak should be running back to Svi's man right there, because Svi's initial guard was Bagley. But Svi didn't do a good job here of challenging, making him score over. He gives him an angle. Really, really weak defense by Svi right there. And I can say this about my guys now because I don't need to make them happy anymore, and they can't get mad at me. So that was way too easy. Basically played 4 round 1 and trying to sneak them in there. We got nothing going. Devontae, average shot at best. But you kind of let All-Americans shoot average shots or best from time to time. Slipped the first ball screen, flat hedged the second one, and same exact thing. LeGerald was late. That was bad defense again. Right there, LeGerald, when the ball screen is set, and they ran this play over and over. When the ball screen's set, LeGerald knows that's his man, and he didn't jump to the ball screen. And right now, everybody should be loading up. Doak is slow getting back with his bad wheel. And right there, Devontae does a good job of closing down on Bagley, but obviously LeGerald didn't, but got just enough of the ball that forced a miss. One of his few misses. Wide open. Good job by Doak. He's fighting, and then Svi steps out of bounds. That was a good possession. We just came up empty. So down 1. Game time, though. This is where it gets fun. Malik's locking in on Grayson Allen right there, really not helping much. Pretty good defense there, and of course, Doak cleans up the defensive rebound. This is one thing that we have done a poor job of right here. If you go back, and this 2020 team was not good at it all, but we're playing safe. when we have the ball in transition. Watch Devontae here. Doak gets the rebound, and we know that Doak's forte is not passing or an outlet passer, but that's a situation he should turn to his outside shoulder here towards LeGerald, get the ball to LeGerald. Everybody else is going up the floor, and let's see if we can score before the defense gets set. Watch how we handle it. And Devontae comes back to get the ball, so now you got 5 defenders ahead of the ball, and it's hard to get anything in transition when that's the case. We played conservative at that time. Of course, maybe conservative wasn't bad in a game of this magnitude this late in it. Now we're just going to a ball screen mode. Simple play, but watch how good Devontae is. Look how spread that is. And so we really don't, Doak is going to set a ball screen, all right? And when he sets the ball screen, he's going to force Grayson Allen to dive right there to go up and take. He ran all the way over here to take Devontae off the ball screen, which is a little bit unheard of. And that leaves Svi wide open right there. So that's 2 wide open looks Svi's got. I got an idea that he's probably going to make the one he has to, though. Same play. Slip the first ball screen. Carter set the second one. Quick trap by Doak. It's good D so far. Very good D right there. Doak ran at the trap to discourage, and sure enough, Bagley fanned it out. Look at that, 17 turnovers, and we're still in the game. We're trying the same thing. This time they hedged with the 5. They guarded it differently. Wide open, LeGerald. So there's 3 wide open threes that a great three-point shooting team has gotten in the last 3 possessions. We just come up empty. How about this play right here? How about this play? That is so well set up, even though it took forever. Things are supposed to happen a little quicker than this. But we struggle getting it in. They trap, but we're still running it. And this was an experienced team. And so they kind of got it. LeGerald goes underneath Doak. Doak even points to go where to tell him. And then you look at Malik's running through. So what we want had happen with Malik runs through is at least get Carter to come up and lay against Doak or get above Doak in some way, shape, or form. And you got Trent here on the wing that we hope will at least drop. And then you got Bagley over on the weak side that we hope doesn't come too far over with Malik. We hope he stays outside the lane. Let's see what happens. Look at Bagley. Stays outside the lane. Perfect. Carter got above Doak. Look at LeGerald. Perfect screen, back screen, hands up. That's textbooked. And then you get your best shooter, who's Svi, to shoot an air ball to the corner of the backboard. Perfect. That was a pretty gutsy play with 2 minutes left in the Elite 8 game. Doak. And Doak fouls out. I believe that's 5 on Doak. It was. Big play. Grayson, who's a great free throw shooter, obviously, makes the first. Down 1. Minute 59. Here they are. They're stepping up, and they're kind of hedging Silvio's ball screen. We got nothing going. Silvio. Okay. All right, got to get a stop here. It's all right. Got a freshman in the game. Hadn't played much. High stakes. Foul again. Right there. Malik, who had an unbelievable game, but did a bad job. Look at it. See what Duke does, very subtle. See, we've changed how we guard this. So right there, we usually hold. When they cut a guard underneath, all it is just a ghost screen or slip ball screen, trying to create confusion. So if we're not switching, Devontae would hold right there. And plus he's guarding Trayvon Duval, who's a great player, but not a tremendous three-point shooter, although he made a couple in this game. He should hold right there, and then Malik should still try to force to keep him on one side of the floor. But watch Malik's feet, and Devontae goes through with Duval, and right there he kind of hesitates, and right there he opens up the middle of the floor. LeGerald can't help too much. He's got a great three-point shooter here with Trent, and of course you can't come uphill to help with Svi and Silvio. That team that they're playing right now, what is that, 6'11" on the back line, and we got 6'9", and of course Svi's a small 6'8". And then good, that's okay. That's okay, but Malik makes a mistake, leaves his feet right there, and forces the foul. Good offensive play by Allen and Malik. One of the few things that he didn't do great in this particular game. So we got nothing going on right now. Definitely momentum, everything on Duke's side. Our offense, when we've executed pretty well, but the last 5 minutes hadn't been good at all. That looked like a matchup almost, rather than their traditional 2-3 or 1-2-2. But we're not in the bonus yet, so it didn't hurt. Duke's only committed 4 fouls, only 3 fouls going into the last minute. That was not a good shot by the hottest guard in America during this time. So we know we got to get a stop. This is for the season right here. For the season. Same play, switch it. Doak does a good job, or Silvio does a good job, and Silvio plays not good post defense. Great post defense on the drive. Forced him to shoot a left-handed jump hook that was short. That was obviously a broken floor play. Devontae does great right there. He forces Trayvon Duval to guard him, number one. And watch when he forces him. This play does not work unless LeGerald's in the corner. If LeGerald's on the other side of the floor, it won't work because now Carter, if I'm not mistaken, will just run up to guard Svi. But watch him hesitate to go guard Svi because you had the threat of LeGerald in the corner. Right there, that's Carter's man. If LeGerald's on the other side, Svi does not get this look. But because the floor was overloaded right there, that's an easy play. Duval went for the steal right there, gave him time to rhythm dribble and then come back. One of the biggest plays that anybody made in a long time here. Let's see Duval here. Okay, right there. At game point, what we tell our guys, and I'm sure they do too, you can't gamble and miss. You can't fish and miss at game point. You can't flop at game point. And right there, watch Duval did just enough to go after a ball that he probably couldn't get, and throw the ball to Svi, which forces now, instead of Duval being the closeout guy on Svi, which is 6 feet closer than Trent, it becomes Trent because Carter can't go take Svi because you have a shooter in the corner. One of the advantages of having shooters at all spots, too. Look at that. Pretty good. Pretty good. So cool. All right, now, not going to call timeout. They're going to run the exact same thing that they've been running. They're going to get the ball to Grayson on the wing over here. Malik could have done a better job. They cut him under, and they're playing one-on-one flat right here. Unbelievable defensive job by Malik. Also lucky that ball touched everything. And then watch Svi on rotation rebounding or blocking Bagley off. Pretty good. What a game. That's good by Malik. That is good by Malik. Right there, if I'll be critical of our first team All-American there. We want, I mean, think about this. 4, 3, 2, 1. We would love for Grayson to make an extra pass there, especially to a guy that's not a three-point shooter, although Duvall was great against us in this game. But watch. Look at Devontae could have been there. He could have been there to discourage and make him make the pass. So if we were watching the tape after this game and this ball had gone in, I think all our coaches would have said, Devontae, where were you? What are you doing? But it didn't, and we lived to 5 more minutes. Good contest by Silvio. This is what luck is, though, in sports. People don't understand. That ball touched everything. So it touched everything, which obviously took time off the clock. When you're talking about tenths of seconds, it probably took an extra 0.5 to 1 second off the clock. We had Svi blocking out Bagley. Let's say if that ball comes off clean, all right, would Bagley have had time to get a tip in? And the answer would have been yes. But since it touched everything, he didn't have time, and Svi did a good job. The extra bounce, right, that was just enough.
This is the shot that tied it for Kansas. And that gamble by Duval right there, I think it led to the open three.
Well, that's Clark just said what I was thinking. It's the gamble right there. So if he'd have stayed sound right there, I shouldn't say sound. If he'd stayed solid, then obviously it'd be probably a different situation. We'd had to score a different way. Okay, so you got Silvio in the game with one big for Kansas, and their two bigs are both lottery picks. I believe the number 3 pick and like the number 6 pick in the draft. Svi did it unbelievable. I thought this helped Svi's professional aspirations tremendously because he was so good defensively and rebounding the ball. So good. Duvall is so quick. He had a great game. Great game. I think we execute so much better against the zone. Change the angle of the screen, overload it, nothing there. But we really don't have a guy that can play in the middle of the zone very well. Perfect. Perfect. But what, the thing about zones, you got to move the ball, but you got to drive gaps to force 2 people to guard you. Look where Devontae catches. Right in the gap, stop. Right there. Once again, Duvall's on the outside, kind of gambling right there. So what does he do? Because he gets into the teeth right there, it forces Grayson Allen to take 1 step. Right there. And that right there was enough space to free up Malik, who was just on a tear. I mean, if Grayson was 1 foot closer to him, he couldn't have got the shot off. So it was well done there by Devontae. Good job by Malik. When you make shot, it's a natural phenomenon. It definitely pumps energy into you. Bad deed there by Silvio. Silvio's guarding Carter. But see, we call it fly switching or jump. Well, probably not fly switching here, but we'll jump to the ball screen, overload. So naturally, in that situation, LeGerald should have gone down and got in front of Carter, and Silvio should have come over and taken Bagley, and he let him get baseline on him and got an easy 2. That's a man's rebound there. Slip the first one, set the second one. Look at there. Svi did it right. But that doesn't help us. They've only got 5 team fouls now. Okay, now I want you to watch. That was a good play by Svi jumping to the ball screen, but Grayson had him after that bounce. Look at that, how wide open after that bounce. He takes the 1 extra bounce and then gave Svi time to react, and the pass wasn't going to be as open because it's going to be closer to the basket. Pretty good. And then what handles by Svi? And everybody gets excited because they fouled the best free throw shooter, but only 5 team fouls. Right there, Coach Krzyzewski, I don't know, but he's telling Grayson the same thing right there. Pass ahead. Get it off the one side. Get the ball to the other side. That's a block. And I think that you could make a case that that was not a great call. He looks like he's set right there before Malik takes off. His feet are outside the circle, but I don't know if you can see from this angle if he's leaning a little bit, but that was a tough call. If I was Duke, I'd be upset with that one. And I know that we felt very fortunate. Yeah, see, leaning maybe just a little bit, but I think 9 out of 10 times that would probably be a charge. But he was leaning just a wee bit. And that's Carter's 5th. And Malik is money. Oh, he missed. I guess my memory's not as good as I thought it was. So that only costs, people that'll say, well, that cost Duke the game. That didn't cost them the game. It cost them 1 point. But Duvall, gosh, he was great. Nothing going there. Silvio's so indecisive on what to do because he hadn't played much. Great play by Malik. Great play. This is what drives me nuts, too, about guys. This is a big game. A big game, and I would be so upset with Silvio if we didn't get fouled here, if the foul wasn't called, because look how soft he goes at this ball. That is an uncontested two-handed tip-in. Uncontested, but watch, he misses it because Duvall comes from behind, who's 6'2", comes from behind and basically adjusts his one-hand tip. Look at that. So that would be something that you got to stay on your big guys all the time, is always trying to tip balls with 2 hands. So this will get it. This will get us tied, I believe. God, was he good. Unbelievable defense here by Silvio. Now, see, he didn't do anything special. But watch here. Devontae goes over the ball screen, and Deloria set it at an angle where he had to go over, which was good offense. Silvio's drag hand, the hand closest to his man, is low. He doesn't gamble, and Duvall tries to make a spectacular play here and split, which right there he dribbled right into 2 hands. Silvio's low hand on the his left hand, and Devontae's low hand also. And we were able to get the deflection right there to Malik. Really good defense there. Took advantage of a mistake. Perfect execution. Perfect. Perfect. Spread, we were playing 4-round-1. Right there, nobody in the middle, and Silvio's only job is to occupy a low guy. Right there, the ball goes to the middle, and with most zones, the natural tendency is when the ball goes to the middle, the guards, the perimeter, turns and looks at the ball. Well, if Ligero would have caught and gathered, they could have recovered back to Malik. But the fact that everybody's ball watching, which is a natural thing to do, and Grayson takes 1 step towards the middle, and number 12, Delaria, if I'm not mispronouncing, who I thought was a terrific do-everything guy for Duke, takes 1 step to the lane. Right there, that gave just enough time for Ligero to make probably as good a pass as was made the entire game to Malik. And even though that was not wide open, he only needed to crease. Big time. He scored all 9 Kansas points, and I got a feeling he's going to get about 4 more. Good job by LeGerald. Good, we're switching. Great job. Great job by Svi. How many block shots you think Svi got for his career? That may have been it. But great block by Svi. Okay, now we got a little momentum. Using clock. Unorganized. Run the little play right there. Perfect. Gosh dang it, Silvio. He ducked in perfect. He ducked in right there, but when you duck in right there, you want to keep attacking his top leg if he tries to go over, and watch Silvio relax just a little bit and allow his, well, he really didn't. That wasn't terrible, but he should have caught that ball. That was a good pass. He should have caught that ball. Instead, he went after it with one hand. Gosh dang it. That's, as you can see, a freshman, that's 2 balls. Even though that would have been a hard, but he's so busy holding Bagley with his left, he tries to catch with one. That should be an uncontested layup. And then we get lucky right there because they could have called a foul on Sill. He took his legs out. That would have been obviously, I don't know about that. I believe they give the ball to us, which is a wasted possession. So, Svi's got to shoot. Now, here's the thing about that. As a defensive-minded coach, even though we gave up the opportunity for the offensive rebound, I'm glad that was an air ball. Because now you can set your defense. Now you don't give them a chance to play 4 against 3 or 3 against 2. And so they take the ball out, so they got to play 5 against 5. That's not the worst thing that's happened. Slip. We know it's coming. Set. Come off. Silvio does a good job. Let's see what Svi does. He got a good one. He got a good one, and he played great. Duval got a good one, and obviously now they got a foul, and now you're fouling the best. This is the difference in having and there's no way. Everybody knows their own team better than other teams, but Silvio did unbelievable for us. He got 10 rebounds in this game, but he didn't know what he was doing yet. And so defensively, with Doak in the game, if you remember the last time that Bagley caught the ball against Svi on the block, and we ended up getting a turnover when Trent stepped out of bounds on the weak side, the last time he caught it on the block, Doak ran and doubled. Well, we weren't going to probably do that with Silvio because he didn't really know that. He didn't really understand. So this was a situation with right there. He had to make that play. He made it because Devontae went for the steal. But if Devontae hadn't gone for the steal, that was a situation where we wouldn't have trapped, and then Bagley would have had Svi one-on-one in the post. So we probably got lucky that Devontae went for the steal to force a 30-something% three-point shooter to shoot the 3. So that probably fortunate in that situation. And then, of course, foul guy that's going to make 4 straight. So now we're up 5. We can smell it. Got to get a stop, and we want a long possession defensively. Long possession. Not great. Oh, my goodness gracious. They got 2 looks. And then Devontae gets it. I hadn't called Devontae's name much. This was a game where really Malik carried us. Svi had a nice game, didn't shoot it great. Devontae had a pretty good game, didn't shoot it great. Doak was just okay. with his injury and foul trouble. Silvio, came in and gave us some good minutes. But this was a game in which Malik Newman carried us. And they throw it out of bounds here. We get the steal, and that's the ball game. Wow. We go to the Final Four on this game, but that's just how close it is to winning and not winning, as far as just being a little bit lucky, fortunate, maybe having one guy make plays that you don't draw up. And certainly we had that. Really good. He makes that, but it didn't matter. That's it. That was a big-time game. Both teams actually deserved to win that game. All right, so that's one down, and we still got a few more to go, but hope you enjoyed that. Obviously playing Duke to go to the Final Four, even though they all have equal meaning, probably added a little bit of a cherry on top because you're playing against one of the, obviously best programs in the country. So you had two of the four winningest programs in the country going against each other, and so much on the line. So that was a fun game, but the right team did win.